Hey guys, hope everything's going well. You guys know the drill. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below. Follow me on Instagram at AIH_sports. Today I wanted to do a video on a sports topic and I'll tie in sports cards as well because I believe they go hand in hand. Okay, so John Gruden was in hot water, or you could say still in hot water, over an email that he sent over a decade ago. And the NFL obviously is not too happy. A bunch of the players on the Raiders are not happy. And there are quite a few people not happy with Gruden. My personal opinion about this, based on the information that I have, is Gruden an a-hole? Probably. Is he a bigot based on one email sent? Probably not. I would like to see if there are any other emails. I did see on ESPN today there are more emails out there. I don't know to what context. And here's the thing. I've met people and sometimes they've made comments and I've told them, and I know they're not prejudiced in any way, shape, or form, that hey, if you say that in front of the wrong person that may take offense, you could get in some deep hot water. And I wasn't offended at what they were saying. It was just that it was a comment off the tip of their tongue. They meant no harm, etc. And could it be the case for Gruden if it's just this one-time thing? Sure. Like I said, I'd like to see more information on this. Now, I'd like to see what the other emails entailed. But regardless of all of that, I was watching the Bears game yesterday, and the Bears defense is slightly above average. Mac isn't where he used to be, and they have had a few different coordinators over the past few years. One of the guys I believe is in Denver now. One of the guys I believe retired, used to be a former head coach, and then now they have Sean Desai. And sure, they have some stellar players on there, Eddie Jackson, and a few others. Now, holding the Raiders to 9 points, I found that really strange. And that was in Vegas yesterday. And my initial feeling was that the players quit on John Gruden. And I could be wrong. Maybe they just all had a bad game. But ultimately, when you have Derek Carr, who is an above average quarterback, and they could only score 9 points on the Bears defense, and I've seen the Bears have bad games, especially the opening game against the Rams with Matthew Stafford as a quarterback. The Bears looked pathetic on defense. But yesterday they looked pretty good. Justin Fields didn't have a stellar game, even though he's a rookie. And sure, he may progress over time, but I didn't expect the Bears to be winning that game or to win that game. They did, and my first thought was the players quit on John Gruden. I remember a few years ago when the national anthem was going on, the topic of the national anthem. Apparently, you had Derek Carr who did not want to kneel for the anthem, and a lot of the players on the Raiders wanted to kneel for the anthem. And I believe that may have caused friction where that offensive line at the time was pretty damn good. And then all of a sudden, Derek Carr started getting sacked like crazy, getting hit like crazy right after that. There was a conspiracy theory going on that the players wanted to send Derek Carr a message. Now, can I confirm that? No. But there are rumors about that. And sometimes when you lose trust of the players, they may not play. They may not protect you. They may not have your back. And I believe that was the case yesterday for John Gruden. And some people will be saying, okay, so what does this have to deal with sports cards? Well, here's the deal. Suppose an individual throws down a lot of money in a player that may be slightly above average, but isn't stellar, isn't on the level of a Tom Brady, isn't on the level of an upcoming quarterback like Josh Allen, isn't on the level of, you could say, Lamar Jackson, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And suppose someone put down a lot of money in a guy like Derek Carr. Now you have a situation, and Derek Carr isn't at the upper echelon of the league of quarterbacks. Now, when you have a situation that you can't control, and it's not regarding injury, injury is always a risk. That's why I don't like putting too much money in a young guy. But if you look at that situation with the Raiders, where the players may just give up on him, what happens to your investment of a guy, a quarterback like the one starting for the Raiders? What happens when you put all of that hard earned money and you have a situation where the players quit on him and they may be sending a message to ownership, get rid of him? What happens to your investment of Derek Carr? It's probably going to go down. And that's a huge risk, putting money into a guy that isn't a star. And I see YouTube videos all the time. I see people putting money in guys that are slightly above average, and this is the risk that happens when you do that. One YouTuber, Vegas Dave, I believe he was talking about his investment in Derek Carr. I believe he put down a huge chunk of money, over 100 grand in Derek Carr rookie cards. Well, that may have seemed smart at the beginning of the year when the Raiders, I believe, were 3-0, but now the Raiders, I think, are 3-2. And like I said earlier in the video, you have the situation where there are more Gruden emails. What's in those emails? And are the players, are they going to continue to give up? Or it looked like they gave up yesterday. Are they going to continue to play sloppy? Are they not going to give their 100%? What if they have a banged up knee? Would they be like, do I want to give my heart and soul to this team for John Gruden? That's where it may come down to now. And if the team does bad, what's going to happen to some of your investment in a guy, like I said, like Derek Carr? Now, some people would be like, I wouldn't put money in Derek Carr. But there are people that have thrown a lot of money in above average QBs. And I'll give you another example right now with a guy or with the coach that made some bad decisions, and that is Urban Meyer. He's a married guy, he has grandkids, and as all of you know, he was grinding on a blonde chick that was probably 25 years younger than him, at least 25 younger than him. And sure is in Ohio, sure he gets all the love, and sure he probably has done more stuff with younger women because he's Urban Meyer. Now, the thing is, the players have lost confidence in Urban Meyer. That's what I've been hearing. And the fact is, he did not fly in with all of his players after the loss. A lot of players took it the wrong way. I was looking at Tony Dungy's perspective yesterday on NBC. He said that's just ridiculous what Urban Meyer did. He didn't fly with the team, and he wasn't really talking about the off the field issues. And he didn't even apologize to the team as a whole in the beginning. So Jacksonville is in a huge mess. They're 0-5. And what does that have to do with sports cards? Trevor Lawrence. If the team has lost confidence in the coach, in my opinion, they're not going to give it their all. If they're not going to give their all, then what's going to happen to Trevor Lawrence? Even though Trevor Lawrence apparently is getting better week by week by week, still 0-5 does not help your card price, at least for that year. Maybe the years afterwards, but that's something just to look into. So a lot of people were putting in money in all these young quarterbacks, and I'm not saying over the long term these quarterbacks won't pan out. You have to remember it takes at least a year for these QBs to develop, in my opinion. Look at Peyton Manning. I believe Peyton Manning was 1-15. I believe Troy Aikman had a crappy first year. And Trevor Lawrence, he's 0-5 to start out. They were close in regards to the Cincinnati game. Now, what does this all mean? It just means that the coach or some other external factors could derail the confidence in the team. And if you've invested too much money in a younger guy, a guy who's trying to prove himself, that may be detrimental to your card price. So, what I tell people is when you're throwing down money or you're putting your hard earned money, be careful when you're just looking at this rookie. And maybe if it's a few $100, okay, fine. You're not going to go bankrupt over that. You're not going to have money issues. But I've heard stories people going into credit card debt to finance their sports card habit or their hobby. And that isn't good news if the player doesn't have a good season and then all of a sudden you have to pay for your card that you borrowed on money that you didn't have. So that is a risk that I was thinking about. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about these toxic coaches. Have you thought about any of these coaches that are toxic that could actually derail the season for the team and also inadvertently hurt some of the other players on the team with their statistics and also the card values? Anyways, guys, let me know. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below, guys. Thanks. Bye.